Welcome back to Suladan Plays Amnesia Rebirth. Last time, the birth! The child! The child was kidnapped by the doctor, as you can see by the caption on the screen that I'm not reading. And anyway, well, that didn't work. Okay, there we go. Now I pressed a button. Twice. Twice, in fact. Oh, wait. Where am I again? How did I get here? Right. No. Okay, how did I get here? I remember opening it. Ah! I remember where I am. I shouldn't be going this way. There's a red light over there that concerns me. It's also the direction I came from. I'm also still really slow. Don't. I know why. Don't. Anyway. Deal with the clunky movement.
What would your old dad have made of this, Tazzy? To stand here? To have seen this place? Almost a shame we have to leave.
I'm sorry, I couldn't. Not after Alice.
Hey, I know. I do understand. And so will Selim. We'll find a way to...
Mr. Mucho.
I'm alright. I can't quite see properly. Something at the edge of my eyes.
They drank the water. Shit. The game is doing... Your head doesn't... But... I just want to rotate... No, what? Okay, we're just going to ignore the weirdness there. The game does a really good job at changing your movement speed and the way that your camera moves as you move to portray the different stages of the game up to this point. I just don't like being slow. It's just, I'm generally more of a mobility person. Although I can't see. Matches! Got all the matches I can carry. Lamps! Where's the lamps? Give me lamps. Give me something I can light. There you go. Fire. More fire! More fire! Okay, I've lit in 3 things. I am happy. Oh, it's a cabinet. Well, maybe if the room hadn't been so dark, I'd have known that it was a cabinet. But I like this room. This room has light. And more cabinets. I think. Yes. What secrets do you hold, cabinets? I don't have a lantern, so I can't use that. Am I gonna need that? Probably so. Oh, this is a spookum room. I'm gonna go this way. I'm just gonna go this way, actually. Oh, this is a closet. More machinery doodaddums. Is that a wrench? No, that is not a wrench. That is a set of grabbers of some description, and I don't want to mess with them because I don't know where they've been in this place. That's honestly a very valid concern. Hey. No, that's a plant. Don't freak out. Stop going insane. Also, holding X does nothing now, so the baby cannot comfort me. Makes sense. I have light. Stop going insane. Let me proceed. I just know there's probably some kind of achievement for making it through the entire game without ever succumbing.
Tazzy!
Hank! No! No, fuck no!
Mr. Mitchell, stop! I will shoot!
Run! Run from me, Tazzy!
Go! Quickly!
Hank.
Lower jaw was kind of jutted out a bit there. Haven't gotten a close enough look at the harvesters to really know what their jaw structure is. Nor do I want a close enough look at them. Not a close enough look at the wardens. I don't know what those flying things are called. I'm calling them wardens because they, they carry a lantern around, and their purpose seems to be to, capture anything that escapes. So I'm calling them wardens. Wasn't there more matches? Oh yes, there was more matches this one. In the darkness. There are so many different ways you can portray darkness in games, and I'm fascinated by the variations between them. In a game like this, when you're in the darkness, you get more of a blue filter. You get reduced eyesight, but you can still see, which is great for a game that is story-based. But then you have games like The Forest that darkness is, you can't see, fool. Like pitch black screen darkness. I think that both have their place, both can be interesting when utilized properly, and both, you know, pros and cons to all things. For the sake of YouTubing, it's nice to know that even when I'm in the darkness, you can see stuff. And also in a game where lighting is limited and all, and it's not just a matter of me going and cutting down some trees to make infinite torches. There's some very nice, like, ways to mess with the Minecraft settings to make that game so dark and ominous. But there are plenty of videos about that on YouTube, and that's a whole other side tangent. That's just another game that reminded me when I said infinite torches. So, how's your day going? I don't want to go in there. Would you like to talk? That would work better if it wasn't a one-way camera microphone thing. I guess we have to proceed. Hey, Dedham.
Malik, you stopped him.
I don't know who Malik is, and I don't know who's been
saved us.
scribbling on these walls.
I'm sorry.
They'd be scribbles on their walls. I mean, they're more than scribbles, they're engraved. Does the word scribble carry the nuance of something engraved? Or does... Like, usually when you think of scribbles, you think of surface level stuff, but it could also just, like, refer to small doodlings, I suppose. So it could be an engraved doodling. I don't much like what I'm seeing. I don't much know what it is. I have a pipe, though. Fear me. I have a pipe. Am I gonna jam a pipe in the gears? Can I jam a pipe in the gears? Game, let me do this. Let me do this. Aim. Fire! Nope. Come on, just unplug it. Wait, can I plug you in over here? Yeah. Plug you into this thing over here. There appears to be a thing over here. But no, I cannot. So did I just come down here to unplug the stuff? I don't think What's-Her-Face is going to be happy about me doing that. Wait. No? I'm confused. I want to plug it in over there. Can I plug it back in? Yes, I can. Can I unplug this in? No, I cannot. You know what? I'm just going to leave it be. I was hoping for more of a puzzle involving me plugging and unplugging and actually doing stuff! Like moving the cord over here and plugging it into this machinery instead. But I don't know enough about the machinery to really make any kind of criticisms here. I do love the glowing blue pipes. It is so pretty. It is very pretty. I heard a tap tap tappity. The place is so quiet. It's too quiet in here now, and I wouldn't like it. I disapprove heavily. Thought I heard footsteps from behind me, so I'm just gonna run and not question it. Oh. Apparently unhooking the machinery was... didn't really do much of anything. I've been out here before, haven't I? Ooh, these look like... Oh, no, was that just a smoke effect? Okay. It looked like an arm stuck through, but I think it was just a wisp of this smoke from outside. Playing tricks on my senses. Even there's two of them next to each other, I kind of wonder if they're tied to the elevator system. Well, plugging and unplugging this didn't seem to do anything. Yeah, I think that's one of the elevators, and then that would be the other elevator. So it's like what it's telling me is I need to get this cord plugged into here to reactivate the elevator. But I don't really seem to have a way to do that. And just pulling at it doesn't help. Wait, is there a way to shove it? No. I've broken physics. See, this feels like it's been pulled. Maybe I'm supposed to climb it? Probably not, but I just kind of half did. I have anything in my inventory useful? I'm sure talking to the doctor would be so useful right now. The difference between the two is that this one was plugged in and that elevator worked. This one, the cord isn't plugged in, it's yanked up through there, which makes me think I need to pull it down, but I don't have a means to do so. Just chucking stuff at it ain't working. That ain't gonna pry out. And I can't shove stuff through here. Because apparently, as far as the game is concerned, that is a solid wall. I mean, there is a hole up there. Is that a hint? Get over here, rebar. Nope. So me would think my job would be to plug this in. But I cannot. Presumably because I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing. So that's as far as that can be draped. Maybe it's telling me there's something up here I need to do and that it's in another room and that I'll drop it down into here? I may be giving these puzzles too much credit. I don't know. That's, yeah, that might be part of your problem. There's a body in there. Yeah, this is my bad. I actually had to look it up, but it's these two bars right here. So I was on the right track. I just didn't pay close enough attention there. But it's... Oh, there we go. I was so fixated on trying to fix this one, I didn't think about... There we go. Oh, dead body.
Darcy, I can smell you.
I was right.
You are nearly lost. Fight it. Fight it. It will take you, Darcy. It has taken me.
Hank. Oh, Christ.
Bye, Hank. You're standing in a gearbox. You're not gonna... Oh, hi. You know, you...
I'm so sorry.
Oh, wow, those
I
teeth.
don't know how to help you or any of us.
Ooh, those teeth.
Just
That's...
I need to save Amari.
That is a mouth full of teeth. Why are you just hanging out in a gearbox anyway? You're weird, man. Don't hang out in gearboxes. That explains why I saw an arm in there when I, had my match lit. Okay, well, we're just gonna move forward and ignore everything that we just saw. And now we're gonna ignore everything we heard. Okay, we're going this way now. And I'm gonna die because of yay, insanity system. Also, use the mouse is very vague. Does it mean click? Does it mean waggle my mouse around? Telling me to just use the mouse tells me nothing. This is thematic, but I still want to... To me, this is kind of one of the weaker points in the game, is... the... succumbing to the insanity in Rebirth doesn't feel as...
I promise.
I guess final? I don't know, it's partly because of the way it's interwoven into the story. Like, in Amnesia 1, you really had to done mess up to like, die to sanity. But it was a game over. You literally game overed and moved to the last checkpoint. In this game, darkness is a bigger feature, so that's one thing. But while it fits in the story of the game, it is kind of immersion breaking. It's just like, oh, well, okay, I'm going to sit here and watch the cutscene now. Where's it going to drop me? Because you never quite know. Sometimes it flings you forward, sometimes it flings you backwards, and sometimes it puts you 2 feet from where you were. I don't know. It's just not one of my more, enjoyed parts of this. But at least it is kind of tied to the story and more thematic. But now, where's the monster? I don't know. What was I supposed to do? Did I break it? Was I supposed to lure him down there and juke him around somehow? I'll never know. But it does fit thematically. Although it's weird for me to go into a cutscene of me, like, monstrously scrabbling about and then end up right where I was. It's just like... Other times you'd see the cutscene of you dying, and then it would be like you're way farther back and you're watching yourself run back to where you just were. There's enough unclear in it that it's just... The game more than makes up for it. The game is awesome. I am puzzled by that facet of it. And I went through the wrong door. I need to go this way so I can go up the stairs and use the now fixed elevator. And then I'll leave him down there to play around in the gearbox, I guess, because that's where he was happiest. Are we going to trust this elevator works now and that it's not just going to break again? I don't know if I'd be trusting this crazy tech. I mean, these people don't look like we're going down. No, we're going up. Shadows go down, we go up. Okay.
I can aid your companions, but you must stay until the child is born.
One life against the rest of us.
We could save Selim.
Tazzy, it has to be your choice. It's your life.
I can't, Hank.
It's the baby's life, not your life, but, I know what he means.
Alice. I will not give up this child.
It's a beautiful landscape out there. I would like to see more of it. Oh, I'm supposed to go that way. But look at the pretty landscape! It's so pretty. The blues and reds, and why are you... You know what, I'm not going to ask why you're down there like that. Loading door! Hooray! I don't mean to be hard on the game for the insanity mechanic, and it's not the mechanic itself. I just don't know how I feel about the struggle mechanic to me is a little unclear. Use your mouse. Do you want me to flail it wildly around? Do you want me to click buttons? And the WASD is equally unclear if you think about it. Does it mean tap them rapidly? Does it mean, press and hold A, and then D, and then, am I pressing and holding, or am I tapping, and what am I doing? I need more clarity there, because there's a lot of different ways that I could interpret the statement. And that is a little bit of a weak point there, but I feel like the bigger problem is the cutscene of like her falling and then just madly scrabbling about, while thematic and while it makes sense in the story, doesn't. I can't really figure out what it's doing. It's just, okay, this is a checkpoint cutscene. It's just, I don't know. I don't know what I would do to improve it. I just know there's something about it that's just not working for me. I do like that it's tied into the story thematically, and it's not just me keeling over dead and respawning. So, you know, I like that. I just don't know how I feel about the implementation itself. Teleporter. Big old statue that we need to knock over. Must break them all. Am I supposed to mess with the teleporter, or am I supposed to go over there to the crazy temple? Don't press the button. Ah.
Paris. We could get home.
Well, there's...
If I can find some more Vitae.
I don't know, is there an orb in there? I can't tell. But yeah, there's no Vitae. Are we gonna kill the doctor? Probably so. That mask is creepy and I want to smash it. Break it into a million pieces. Throw some dynamite at it. Big doors. Why are... Boo. I didn't get to read what that said, but okay. Also, death and decay.
She had no right to take the decision. She was thinking with her heart.
It's her baby. She got every right. Also, what in the name of... What is this? Oh, are we at the top of the tower? Yes, this is where she's crouching like a spider or whatever that one text box did. Shut up, Doctor. I'm trying to enjoy the scenery. Okay, so one of the pipes has been shut down. 3 of them are still active. I know I have to do that, but what? What? Okay, frame rate. What is all this growth? I feel like it's like she fed on so much corruption, she became one with the corruption, but... My dear goodness, I love this...
See you, you piece of filth!
The color palette of the black vines with blue glow.
What have you done with her?
You must listen. I am trying to save...
Nope, you die.
Stop!
Too late. He dead. Okay, you're corrupted. I need to burn you now.
What are you?
The doctor's dead anyway. Can I eat him?
Have no fear, Tarsi Trianon. I have no wish to hurt you.
No, you just want to kidnap the
Then
child.
Let us go. With the
Oh, I can look
portal,
around a little
take her
bit.
home.
She will die. You do not remember? The child will be born with a sickness. It will waste her to nothing.
Wasn't that the whole point of the
Here with
injection
me,
2 episodes
she
back?
can live.
I think it was 2.
Here, there is hope.
Something like that.
No. I thought I cured her. In that horrible place. You showed me.
A temporary respite. As with her sister, the illness is too deeply rooted. I am sorry.
No, you're not. You just want to
Vitae
kidnap the
can
child.
halt this decay for a time, but is no cure. She will always need it.
If she only lives by killing others, then that's not living.
I will take you to her.
Also, I still want to take a flamethrower to that. Sorry, Doc. Can I at least eat him? Don't let the energy go to waste.
You cannot wait. Not if you wish to see her again.
Shut up. I'm exploring. Why are there little pathways and all out here? I get that this was a throne room, and it's like when the flesh was...
Come with me, Tassie Trianon, before you are lost.
I will mute you. When they fed the flesh through the network, this is what happened in here, which is strange, because this is more plant-like, but yeah, I don't know. Maybe the shadow decided he wanted a garden. Now what?
I saw the child within you. Only a germ, but growing. I could not let her die.
Oh yes, you could. You just wanted to kidnap her because you're mad that you couldn't have kids. Don't sit here and lie to me. Your own people tried to kill you because they were tired of your lies. Ooh. Are you giving me an option here? Oh, game, are you giving me an option here? Because I think that's another path I could take. Well, we're going. I don't know. What's over here? Oh. Another one of those. So I'll be coming back for this. Thank you for that hint, game. Why is one of them at the throne room? That's probably the last one I'll get to do. Before some grand Alexander-style boss.
So she could be saved.
Oh, you didn't. You saw a bunch of weary, almost dead people and thought you could kidnap a baby.
I would give her life, but that she must stay here.
Why are you moving?
You would not give her up. You would have died in the desert.
Oh.
I had no choice but to make you into something I could control. I would care for her. I could be the mother I was meant to be.
You just wanted to kidnap a baby. You creep. You're a creep. Go to an orphanage and get one yourself. Don't take them from people.
Look at yourself, Tazzy. You have become a harvester.
Oh no, I have veins.
So your mind will be nothing but hunger. You can do no more for her, but I can. You must let me be her mother.
Hey, crazy fallen idol of a... ooh, pretty green plants. Grass. Ooh. I'll just be borrowing that, thank you. Wait. Are you closing because I got near or because I took the thing? I'm just gonna put this back. Hello, baby.
I'm here.
Fine.
I'm here, my heart.
Thought your husband was your heart. How many hearts do you have? Are you an earthworm?
Shh, I've got you. Mama's here.
Comfort her. Feed her. Say goodbye. You do not have much time. When you are done, leave her and come to me. I will ease your oblivion.
Or I can take the Vitae jar and go inject the stuff into the thing and make you really, really mad at me. Oh my dear, no, 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 this is a family-friendly channel, no!
Look at us, Amari.
Well, this is awkward. I can't look away. I have no camera control. Also, I don't have to hold the X button anymore, but,
If we try to go home, can I find a way to keep you safe?
and we please look away.
But to leave you here, with her, and all of those things that they have to do to keep her alive. What are we to do? Hush now.
I don't need this. No.
Close your eyes, for sleep is coming. Hush now.
More and more awkward.
Mama's here, so don't you cry. I know. I'm sorry.
Okay, are we done? Can we move on? Please, thank you. Also, if her body is mutating and she's turning into a harvester, are we to assume that the chemical composition of the milk would not be tainted by that and that this might not be a good idea? Also, run away with the baby!
Do I refuse her? And you and I step out then, see what comes to us?
Yeah, the game isn't going to give me that choice. Well, there isn't.
Please, Tazzy. How can you protect her out in the world?
Is this like an ending?
The disease will ravage her, as it did your other child.
Where was the other?
She must have Vitae, or she cannot live. I had to make you one of mine. I'm sorry, but you would have seen her die.
I've got a Vitae jar. I can use that to plug in to open that door, but do I have to put the baby in there? And like, I mean, I sure... How are we carrying you? My dear goodness, did you glue the baby to your hand? Where's that other door? I don't think she's gonna let me have this choice. The game's not gonna let me do this, right? But where was that other door? I know I made a note of it. No, that's right. It was halfway around in there. Oh. I don't know if the game is giving me the choice to leave with the baby, and that's going to be an ending. And if it does that, is it going to let me checkpoint back? You know what? We're going to do it. I think the loading screen had multiple checkpoints, like regular Amnesia.
You have given me no choice.
I don't know what I'm doing, so I'm just pressing buttons. Press all the buttons! Press all the buttons.
Don't have her! Do not run! I hear her.
I will soothe the baby momentarily.
The
First.
signs were there from her conception. Do not struggle, Tazzy.
No. She's changing me. I can't let her catch me. I'll lose myself.
Open! Open! Blink. Let's see how you like a taste of corrupted Vitae. Go ahead and turn that. Feed the flesh into the network. May want to back away. There's 2 ear factories shut down. How do you like that? I hope it's not that I was supposed to already have those other ones done, but I don't think I've come across them yet. Oh!
Stop! You will kill us all!
It's working.
Yeah!
We can end this. But I don't think we'll survive it, little one.
Are all 3 of them in here? Okay, so she's one of those things. She's looking for me. So that's what their lantern light does. Okay, so that's why there's paths in here. I have to find my way.
Thinking clearly. It can't end this way. You cannot hide her.
No, but I'm in a hallway where you can't reach me, so... I was about to say, don't tell me I should have brought the jar with me, because I forgot to bring the jar with me. La da 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 da. Boink. Boink. Don't worry, baby. I'm just feeding corrupted flesh into a network of energy. It's totally harmless. Well, okay, not totally harmless, but, you know, you do what you gotta do. I should probably back away. Back. Oh, yes. Watch the network fail. Yes. This game is clearly the prequel to Carrion. This is where Carrion got its beginning.
By ending me, you end this world. You and your child will die. Stop this foolishness. You're losing yourself.
Okay, where's the other one? Okay, it's gonna be on that side of the room.
I'm sorry.
Soothe the baby.
There's so much pain. It can't go on like this.
Oh dear. Oh, I thought she was getting rid of her plants for a second. Okay, she's looking this way. There it is.
Pain. You are fearful, but this is not the way.
You sound like you're the one in pain and fearful, lady. It sure ain't me.
You only hasten your end.
Yes, but I take you with me. Yeah. I found the last door. What are you going to do about it? Your own people wanted to end you.
Do this.
You false god. Claiming to be eternal, but then feeding on the lives of the very people you swore to protect. You don't deserve your throne. Oh, yes. Unknown. I like that her name was just Unknown. Fall and burn. No, you didn't. You burned a whole world for your own. Ooh, yeah. Well, we're gonna melt now, baby.
I'm so sorry, Mama.
You created a system where you fed on the lives of innocents to prolong your own life, so you could call yourself eternal. Oh, I can't move now. This whole world is falling to the shadow. Eh. Maybe what's his name from the first game will come drag us out of the shadows like he did Daniel. So help me if he does. Oh, there we go. Oh my dear goodness, is she still alive? Did she turn giant? No? Okay. Saw the figure in the distance and I got D-Reaper vibes real bad for a moment. Oh, the mask fell off the tower, so that's nice. The system shut down, but then it started glowing again, and I'm concerned by that. Okay, it finally faded. Okay. Does that mean this is the end of the Travelers? Because this was their world, or their in-between place that they used as an outpost, I guess. Does that mean that their world is still there? Also, I figured out how to get the achievements to show up, so Tassie and Iconoclast. I don't know what either of them are, and it still bugs me that it doesn't have any text on the achievement prompt to tell me what it was. Now, question. I'm gonna hazard a guess that I would have had the option to leave the baby with her. But I don't know. Okay. No, it's going to freeze up if I do that. Okay. One moment. Must see achievement. Sacrificed everything to cast down a god and end suffering. More of a false god than anything. And completed the story. Locked achievements. Burned a forest's worth of matches to illuminate dark places. I'm going to hazard a guess that means light everything. Let's see. Collected all achievements. Complete the game faster than any frictional developer. Yeah, no thanks. Curator. Found all memories. Crew member. Found all of Hank's notes. Lightbringer. Burned a forest's worth of matches to illuminate dark places. And hidden achievements. There are 9 of them. Well, 9 of them remaining, at least. That means, I don't know. That just means there's 9 left on my account specifically, and there might be others that were also hidden. But yeah, she had to burn, even if it took us with her. Would have been nice if there was more of an uplifting tone at the end, kind of like Amnesia, The Dark Descent. Major spoilers for anybody that hasn't played it yet, but in the end, you sacrifice yourself to stop Alexander, or to make sure Alexander dies, and then the guy that you'd been helping through the story kind of reaches into the abyss and pulls you out to safety. Loud. That's some loud background music. It's pretty. Very nice voice acting, by the way. I love the game, though. I am so glad that Amnesia went back to its more physics-driven gameplay that Dark Descent had, as opposed to the less physics-driven gameplay that Machine for Pigs had. I think it just suits the game so much better. The game is amazing. It's beautiful. I love the, I loved playing it. My only main critique is... Okay, I have some minor critiques, but my only main critique is that the struggle system seems a little vague. The, use the mouse and WASD to resist. Do you want me to rapidly press buttons? Do you want me to hold down buttons? Do you want me to swing the mouse side to side? Do you want me to click the mouse? Do you want me to alternate button presses? there are so many different ways that I could interpret that single string that I don't know whether I'm doing it right, and that made it frustrating. So the times that I fell to, was succumbed, I'm not sure if it's because I was doing it wrong or just there was no way to do it right. Some of those cases I may have just been dead no matter what I did. And when you do succumb, the cutscene that follows, while interesting and while thematically tied to the game, is weird to me that if you fall in a certain place, if you're going to respawn 2 feet away, what was that whole scrambling to a new location thing in between? I understand that it's trying to take me to a checkpoint. Wabbit translations? You can play this game in Rabbit? That fried my brain. Oy. Oh, no, you're not taking over. I feel like it's an interesting mechanic, but given that it is taking you to a nearby checkpoint, at times it was weird because it would take me backwards, and there was a few times it seemed like it took me forwards, and then times that it just left me where I was. Again, because checkpoints, but the connection between that and the resist succumb thing, the two don't mesh together well. It's a creative way to get me back to a checkpoint, and I like it more than I like just a random game over screen, though I did enjoy the game over screens in Amnesia the Dark Descent, especially because generally they kind of hinted at what you did wrong. It made it so that if you keep dying, you would get more and more hints. I mean, there's a limit, but it's like run, or, don't look at it, or hide, or stuff like that. But I just feel like the scrambling to the checkpoint part didn't quite mesh as tightly as it could have, but I have no earthly idea how to improve upon that. I'm drawing a blank there. I'm just saying, it felt a little weird, but, for what it is, it worked great. I feel like the lantern fuel ran out way too quick. I'm not saying I should have more fuel, but the fact that the lantern's internal gauge drains so quickly, I would rather the lantern itself drain half speed, but then just give me half as much oil. That makes me less paranoid about not using the lantern, because I can use it and know that I've got a few minutes of oil in it, but still have to ration it because it'll be longer before I find oil again. Especially given the fact that the lantern doesn't put out a ton of light. I could understand if it was this overpowered light source, and the fact that its dynamic lighting is useful, but the matches are generally more useful than the lantern, and you give me an abundance of matches. The lantern should either have been stronger, or, to me, longer lasting fuel, but fuel is rarer. That's just how I would balance it, for me. But that's just my thoughts on the matter. Overall, though, as for the game world, the environment, the interactions, the different puzzles, I love it. I really enjoyed this game, and I'm really glad I got the chance to play it. And I'm going to hazard a guess that the other ending is literally for me just to give her the baby. So I'm going to go ahead and try that real quick. I'm going to be honest also. I really didn't think I was this close to the ending. I figured I was about halfway through the game. I'm generally not great at guessing where I am within stories. The game worked fine. I'm not saying it was too short. It's not too long either. It did not overstay its welcome. It was very interesting. And it's fascinating in the last section that I didn't have a lantern. Like, it's neat that something in the story, caused me to lose it, and then I kept it going. Usually a game would take it away a little while, and then here have another one, or here have a better one. So, I'm very fascinated by the fact that it took it from me and then never gave it back. It was not what I expected. Wow, this is a far back checkpoint. So, is there another option of me just leaving entirely and using the port? Oh, okay, so there's probably 3 endings. One is for me to leave and just jump through the portal. One is to leave the baby with her, and one is to burn it all down. Can you guess which one's my favorite? I'm gonna have to wait through the whole awkward cutscene twice to get the endings.
Mama's
very
here.
well done the first time. It's just having to do the cutscene multiple times is,
Say goodbye.
well,
You do
more
not have
awkward
much
than it was the first time.
When you are done, leave her and come to me.
I mean, I can't complain about the voice acting
I
and
will
all. I just,
ease
you
your
know.
oblivion.
Oh, okay, my turn. So I'm gonna guess first we're gonna put the baby back,
Is
and then
this
second
best for you,
we'll do the
Amari?
other thing.
To be here. With a promise of life.
No, because it's life at what cost? You're killing others in order to, well, you're torturing others in an endless cycle of hope and despair, but that's,
This
that,
isn't
you know, that,
Amari.
one could argue that that's worse than killing
If I
them.
lay you down now, I may never see you again. I'm sorry, Amari. Here, you have a chance. Here, you will have a life.
Burning the world down was a far better option. Also, what if I put the baby here then burned the world down? Because, I mean, then I wouldn't have been so easy to find. And maybe the armored shell of the crib would protect her. I don't know. I don't think... Yeah, the game's not going to let me do that. See, it even takes away my choice of taking the Vitae at that point. Which begs the question of why was I able to get the Vitae to start with, aside from gameplay reasons? Oh, you won't.
I'm sorry that this was your
No,
path.
you're not. Your false pity is worthless to me. Oh, wait, hang on. Do all the buttons, all the buttons! Nope. I still don't know what I'm supposed to be doing for the struggle menu, but hey, you know. Presumably I'm about to get credits. Oh, no, wait, I'll see this. Yeah, it's just like her as a harvester. Scrambling about ferally. Pointlessly, given that it's a world with, you know, no life left. Oh look, it's kind of a twisted version of the title screen. The sketchbook on a hill. Would have been, I mean, it wasn't quite as much of a mirror image of the title screen as I thought it was going to be, but yeah, achievement, harvester. And then that should bring up the credits. Yes. Okay, you had a skip button last time. Oh look, the ending credit screen is even her in that world, because there's that tower. I guess that's telling me she did survive. But to what end? What is the point? I mean, it's a dead world! It is a dead world! Oh my dear goodness. Okay. Now we'll try the other option, which I don't know if there is actually, like, is the other option even a thing? Can I leave through the portal? Can I just grab the baby and run? Oh, it's too bad it takes about a 10-minute sequence of events for me to try. I've got the monologue from the false queen. I've got the awkward cutscene of awkwardness. And, well, that takes about 10 minutes, actually. Okay, I'm gonna come over here and look at the portal just to make sure that she knows the portal is a thing. Because, see, it needed a Vitae tank.
Paris, we could get
And the
home
game gave me a Vitae.
if I can find some more Vitae.
Can I leave? I really feel like the game has to have a third ending for that. I don't know if I stood there and pushed the button long enough, you'd let me in. But yeah, why is this even open and accessible?
I'm here.
Like, it doesn't make sense that she left it
Here
open.
by heart.
It seems to me, like, I know it's a gameplay thing, but it's story-wise,
I've got you.
if I put the baby back, the gate is closed
Mama's
and not
here.
openable, and that's because the game doesn't want me to break the
Comfort
game.
her. Feed her.
But why?
Say goodbye. You do not have much time. When you
I
are
think
done,
that could have been done
leave
better.
her and come to me.
Because it's like the fact that it was open when I
I
came
will
in and then
ease your
closed if I put the
oblivion.
baby back makes me question, how did it get closed? Why was it open in the first place?
It's
Perhaps it
alright.
should have been presented in a different way where a panel blows off or something and I can access it, but then they wouldn't have the option of closing it. Ah.
God.
Okay, so in theory, at this point, if I take the Vitae tank, that closes that to prevent me from putting the baby back. Which, again, seems more like the game is doing that to kind of cover its bases and make sure that I can't break the ending and do all sorts of different
That's when I
combinations.
step
Like,
out
take the
there.
Vitae, leave the baby, take
See
the
what
baby, leave the
comes to us.
Vitae.
Please, Tazzy.
Well, I need the Vitae for
How
the
can
portal.
you protect her out in the world?
I cannot! And yet I will. Ay, come on, yeah!
I shall say that.
Leave me be. Leave me be. What happens if I die here?
Do not run.
Probably just the Harvester ending.
I hear her, Tazzy.
You know, you're much easier to quiet than the
signs
Tattletales were.
there from her conception. Her body will fail her. It is your legacy.
I may have run out here too quickly.
She's changing me. I can't let her catch me. I'll lose myself.
You don't see me. You think I'm gonna run out, but I'm... Ah, you thought I was. Okay, so in theory, the door is that away.
Vitae will keep her whole. You could not accept it. You chose to run.
That's what I'm doing right now, so I mean, you know. For heaven's sake. Okay, here's the exit. I'm gonna have to dip to the side because I think she can still... Yep, she can still get me here.
It's alright.
But I have made you one of my servants. Now you cannot take her from me. Now you cannot let her die.
You say while I'm heading towards the door to take her from you. So, I mean... You can't stop me! You don't see me. Okay, the lights are there. La-di-da!
I shall save her from you.
Too late. Why did I just get slow?
You cannot. She will not
Oh, hi.
live.
Did the... Oh dear, she's busting the wall down!
Tazzy, your child will die without Vitae.
Are you actually gonna bust the... Oh... Oh dear! Oh dear! You... Well, I didn't think you could... Please don't make me redo this whole thing. No, 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 no. No! Please don't make me redo this whole thing.
Eat your world to save her. Fear not. I will not let you hurt her.
We get to do this whole process all over again. I would have liked to have had more time. I just wanted to wait and see the wall bust open, and I figured after that I'd have a few seconds. But no! The moment the door opens, we go straight to the...
Not take her from me. Now you cannot let her die.
Yeah, I think we've proven that I can take her from you. This time I'm not going to stop and wait.
No, you cannot. She will not live.
I'm going to watch that. Okay, I watched Vaughn. I've got to have time.
Your child will die without Vitae.
Boink. Boink us. Boink. Boink goes the button. Bye. mean, the Shadow ain't happy about this either. It's too bad I couldn't corrupt 3 out of 4 of the thing, set the 4th one on a timer, then go through the portal knowing that the world would have been behind me. But alas, let's see what happens. Those are some big eyes.
She's gone. She's gone.
You still have your amulet?
It's all right, Amari.
Yes, you do. I see it. No, I don't. No, that's right. The doctor took it.
Oh, Christ. Where are we now?
In the machine for pigs, obviously. That door was blocked. Let's... Ow. Oh. Hey, sorry, brick builder guys. I don't know how I got back there. You're just gonna have to let me out.
I've got you, Amari. We're home. You're cold. I'll take care of you, my heart. Mama's here.
Can I move? Okay, no. Not even gonna let me walk around. Provider. Pretty little Eiffel Tower icon. And presumably that's the end of that. Sorry, Alt-tabbed out because I want to check the achievements. The harvester left the daughter in her care and was reborn, escaped to Paris with the daughter that must now be cared for. I think those were 2 of the, quote, hidden achievements. Yep, 7 hidden achievements remaining, and I'm not going to go hunt for them right now. At least not on here. Oh, let's see if the ending thing... Yay, we got an Eiffel Tower. I guess each one is a different sketch in her book. Monkey! Monkey, why are you smudged? Child, why are you smudged? Also, this leaves the question of, does that mean she eventually succumbs and becomes a harvester, or being away from her influence, does the whatever her condition is just kind of stabilize? But what about the child? What about the child's condition? These are things we do not know the answer to. All tall and lanky with pointy fingers. Nobody's gonna be worried about me. Okay. Apparently that's all there is to that. So, I'm gonna hazard a guess that that's at least the main endings. If there's any other secret endings, I don't know. Today is not the time that I will be seeking them, and I like that this changes to match whatever the ending is. Bet you can't guess which one's my favorite. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and pause here. This has been Suladan Plays Amnesia Rebirth. Thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next game.